what's y'all's strategy for, building out this asset base? Is it M&A? I mean, it's obviously you got to be looking at existing assets with some upside. How do y'all go about evaluating that? And I guess the second part to that, to really bring it home, is um, are you guys going about this in collaboration with data center companies? How do y'all collaborate on that? Or are you just going to where if you build it, they will come kind of
Yeah. So,
mentality, I guess?
so, so no, that's a good question. Like the strategy right now, we have a 10-year look forward view. So we're thinking in terms of 10 years. We're in, we've been, we were pre-revenue in 24, 25, we had revenue, but we were even a negative. We were still raising capital small. We made some acquisitions to give us a better footprint. We have some terrific partners. We've really done the grinded out capital raising.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm on calls most of every day, and I talk to every partner before they come on. That's really critical that we and most of our partners are accredited nature. It's not institutional money, although we also blended that in. We have an excellent bank that has come alongside of us, and they're technically our largest investor, if you want to look at it that way. And so we've started to blend in that institutional capital, but you have to have a reasonable footprint in order to have a baseline to continue to assemble the assets that you need to assemble that can scale. And you need capital to do that. And that
Yeah.
is what we're in the middle of right now to really give ourselves position. We actually have really improved our position. I mean, we're small, right? We've got now what I would consider we have more proved reserves than capital that we've raised, so that's a pretty good milestone. We've been very efficient
That
tax
helps with raising
wise.
more capital.
Oh man, it's a big deal.
You got to show
And
you can
that's
execute. Yeah.
Yes, and we've definitely grown from we're about a 45x on our proved reserves over where we were a year ago, which is massive. But we got a lot of work to do. I mean, we've turned EBITDA positive, but that's a quarter to quarter conversation when you're as small as us.
Yeah.
Um, so but the strategy, if you think of it at tenure, it's assembling these assets so that we can be in the conversation to drive. Hey, look, we have a footprint that we've built that fits your needs. Am I directly talking to the data center builders right now? No. We're actually having conversations around those people, but we have to create some legitimacy in the asset base and show that scale is there, or that we have the beginning parts of that. Then we can look into the second part of the strategy, which is how do we actually bring those two things together so that we can make them part of the story. But here's the best part about it: the hedge is in. Look, natural gas is a utility fuel source it's utilitarian by nature. It's not like we're into something that people don't need or don't have, right?
Yeah.
Or aren't going to need. So we have, let's say the data center thing slows down or whatever, we've got a built-in hedge with the fact that the utilities still need natural gas to run what is a very inefficient turbine at today's stage. We need some innovation
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of inefficiency in the infrastructure. That needs improvement. There's a lot of work that has to happen, not just from fuel development on this E&P, at the very front of the supply chain, but all along the way. And these tech companies are learning that, hey, there's a lot more complexity to this than we can't just flash cash, and we've
Yeah.
got to become more experts. And that's where you're seeing them actually hire uh, uh, energy executives and consultants to help them get more knowledgeable and be smart about how they engage, because it's not going to be enough to rely on the existing utility power infrastructure to power what is coming. And that's, again, the really important knowledge is to understand that and then to follow the money. Where is it going in order to make that possible?
Yeah. You're exactly right. I mean, you can start to see that realization sink in,
Yep.
I mean, we work for data center developers. We do siting ourselves, putting projects together that are actual, you talk about timelines and things like you don't have time to have a busted site in the data
Right.
center game.
No.
What you also don't have time is like to figure out if you've got access to power. You're starting to see them look at things. You nailed it. look at things from a power perspective. They understand and know that, hey, I've got to come to the table with a solution, right? Um,
Yes, and I mean that's true, bro. And in that note, I mean, in that context that you're talking about, it's real important to note that they're already the tech companies are already hitting compute limitations, not just from power, but also their own hardware limitations to the extent that you are now seeing tokenization. Like I have credits. So we have, I'll give you an example on a really practical level. I don't, Brett, do you guys use AI in your business, like in your day to
yeah,
day? Like how,
yeah.
okay.
Claude.
Yeah, Claude. We use Claude, we use ChatGPT, but we are actually experimenting to say the least. I don't know. I just got a thumbs up. Um, with
That was from Claude. He said, "Thank you for the
Claude,
plug."
let's go. Right. He's listening. He's listening.
Oh, he
It's
is.
scary that we're saying he as
I
adjective
know.
descriptive
I
pronoun,
know.
but Victor is actually an integrative AI tool inside our Slack. So we have like 32 or so employees on the team, and at PetroVybe we have a lot of outside partners. Anyway, Victor is an app inside Slack. Victor bills me based on our utilization now. So I have limitations. In other words, it's pay to play. That's already hitting the business work. And that's in large part to get the monetization right, but it's also big based on the limitations. And all the things you just mentioned about some of the headwinds that we all face and trying to put it and not having the time misses that we could have in putting a package together, for example, we have really narrow margins for error. And so it's interesting because there's a ton of opportunity, but you got to be razor sharp and accurate in the opportunity that you're pursuing.